BBC Art's decision to launch first-time playwright initiative debut to create work for this year's Edinburgh Fringe was something of a PR own goal for the corporation. The BBC has a proud history in promoting new and young writing talent via the Writers' Room, International Radio Playwriting Competition, Young Writers Award and other worthy programs and projects. But the launch of debut with comedy promoter Avalon has caused a stir among the playwriting and TV communities. Why? Technically, the 4 first-time playwrights selected have never written a stage play, but rather than choosing up-and-coming writers looking to get a break in the theatre, they have chosen the opposite. To back comedian and television personality Frank Skinner, is actor Catherine Parkinson, who won a BAFTA for her role in The IT Crowd, television director, writer and producer Beryl Richards and senior BuzzFeed editor and Guardian columnist Bim Adewunmi, which seems extraordinary. They are all successful in their fields and have very little need of a leg up from the BBC. The BBC unfortunately comes off as rather clueless in championing these productions. Even more galling for many shocked at the announcement is that apparently none of them actually expressed the desire to write plays for this initiative. From the statement it seems they were approached by BBC Arts and Avalon with what looks like a gift-wrapped opportunity aspiring playwrights would give their eye teeth for. Skinner, who incidentally is managed by Avalon, unconsciously rubbed salt in the wounds with this particularly tin-eared statement: "This is such a brilliant initiative. 30 years in comedy and I never knew I was only one encouraging phone call away from writing a play. I put down the receiver and picked up my laptop. Suddenly, I feel like a man of the theater. I am hankering for a fedora. Good for you, Frank." Parkinson blithely added, "I would never have thought to try and write a play unless asked to do so, and I am delighted that the BBC and Avalon did ask." What was the BBC press office thinking when they issued the release, or for that matter what does BBC Arts believe it will get from the project? Certainly not the wholehearted backing of the artistic community, if a sample of social media comments from playwrights and commentators can be taken as representative. Playwright Suzette Kuhn, whose work has appeared at Southwark Playhouse, the Arcola and the King's Head, wrote on Twitter, "These people are already hugely successful. New writers are just going to look at this and think, what's the point?" BBC commissions Frank Skinner. "These people are already hugely successful. New writers are just going to look at this and think, what's the point?" https://t.co/2fcjnljfw5 Little Pieces of Gold, at Suzette Kuhn, May 16, 2018. Poet Andrew Blair added, "To encourage new writers, the BBC has given playwriting opportunities to Frank Skinner, demonstrating what anyone who is one of the most famous comedians in the country can achieve." Journalist, playwright and producer David Levesley tweeted that he could not fathom the logic of the BBC's thinking, which seemed to suggest the only way to find a new play was to commission big names, and not look to develop exciting voices that already exist as playwrights and are desperate for the opportunity. Playwright Lulu Rochka added, "Stuff like this makes young writers think, what's the point? If Frank Skinner is getting the things I'm applying for, why bother? I honestly cannot fathom the logic of the BBC thinking the only way of finding a new play to turn into a TV show is to commission big names, and not look to develop exciting voices that already exist as playwrights and are desperate for the opportunity." https://t.co/6uafu6pb David Levesley, at DJ Levesley, May 15, 2018. Avalon seems to be the winner in this scenario, as it can be seen, superficially, to be sponsoring the work of first-time writers and enjoying what positive publicity there is. Meanwhile, the BBC unfortunately comes off as rather clueless in championing these productions, which also has the effect of taking the spotlight off the corporation's long-established work in encouraging new writing talent.